Oladeji, there's been tension in the polity. Reno Omokri made a particular post, made a particular comment about Mr. Peter Obi's post, and this has been generating a lot of reaction. And on this episode, I will be dissecting a lot of issues for you as regards the power play pertaining to ethnic relations in Nigeria. It promised to be a wonderful time like never before, and we'll be dissecting a lot of issues. I have an outline here as regards my talking point for tonight, and I will be breaking a lot of things down for you. In Nigeria at the moment, there's been a lot of issue, and that points to what we should expect in 2027. Different things, a lot of things that has been happening. All this is leading to what would happen in 2027. You know, I've told you before that there are some things to watch out for. There are some things that you should be observing as the election comes by. For instance, the opposition. It is beyond comprehension that they are unable to sit and just meet and just have a discussion. When they want to meet, they are being attacked. This points to something as 2027 approaches. Vince Nweke is saying, "I great to have you, Vince. Vince Nweke. If you are watching me, please do well to say, I tell me where you are watching me from. Let us have a good time tonight." As regards the acrimony between Mr. Peter Obi and Reno Omokri, particularly the attempt to stoke ethnic tension between the Yorubas and the Igbos. A lot have been happening online. You know, the Yorubas have been throwing shades, the Igbos have been throwing shades, different people have been trying to kind of like defend their own ethnic group. And I just laugh at everybody. Both the Yorubas and the Igbos, I just laugh at them because most of them, they don't know that they are being used as instrument. If you know what instrumentalism means, you would not support politicians blindly based on affiliation. Godwin is saying, hello, great to have you. Please help me press the like button. Tell me where you are watching from, and I have a link, a YouTube link that you can also join this particular live stream. You can join it to share your thoughts with us very briefly. So if you are watching me right now and you wish to be part of it, some of you already have the WhatsApp number. You can reach out to me. Then I will send you the link, and you will be live with us via video call, or you can dial in via the WhatsApp. Pascal Okoro is saying, I as well, great to have you, my dear brother. So do well to tell me where you are watching from. So you will recall that the Ibadan monarch Adewolu Ladoja was installed, and before he was installed, Mr. Peter Obi paid him a visit that, oh, the king, the new king selected for the throne, okay, I'm here to congratulate you. And there was something that broke out during that particular communication, during Peter Obi's visit, which was that when that particular, let me call the WhatsApp number for you. Get your spare phone ready. I will call out the WhatsApp number. Get your spare phone ready. Let me call it out for you. Your spare phone, your pen and paper, get it ready. I will call out the WhatsApp number in a moment. Or if I call out the WhatsApp number, you have two options. Option one is the best, which is that you just write me that, please send me the link. So if I send you the link, you can join. If you click the link, you will be live with us, and other people can get to see you as well. And when you are live with us, you'll be able to share your thoughts as regards the topic. That is more clearer, the voice is more audible, and it's more participatory. The second option is you can call in via WhatsApp, right? But the first option is the best and most preferable. So you need to eye me on WhatsApp, because I can only send the link via WhatsApp. I don't have a moderator, so I'm the one that will also send you the link. And I'm seeing a lot of people requesting for it. Mariega Lucky, I see you. Tony Obaje, I see you. My dear brother Darius is also requesting for the link. So the number on WhatsApp is +55 13 99 666 6361 +55 13 99 666 6361 +55 13 99 666 6361. So just request for the link via WhatsApp, or you can call him via WhatsApp. But going through the link is the best option, but you can also use the WhatsApp as well. Tony Obaje saying, how is my day going? Well, my day is going fine. Hope yours is going fine as well. First, let me tell you something about this platform, which is that you see, a lot will be happening on this platform, and by the grace of God, I hope to make it as participatory as possible, whereby a lot of people can get to participate as regards, analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. So I'm not used to, this tech thing much like that, but I'm trying my best to make sure I perfect it. Before, I don't have a link that you can use to join. Now I have a link, and every video has its own unique link. I think that's what I need to tell you people. Every video has its own unique link. So don't think that because you have the link of the past video, you automatically have the link. No, every video I generate a unique link that you can get to share your thoughts. So if you need the link, just eye me via WhatsApp, and you can join via the link or via call on WhatsApp. My dear brother Ola Adewale is saying, God bless you. Godwin A is saying, can you explain why Nnamdi is still in detention? I've made a couple of videos about Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, yesterday I released a video that was dedicated to the ruling of Justice James Omotosho. Do want to catch up with it in my video catalog. I've made series of video, and yesterday I dedicated a video to the whole issue, and one of the things there is joining for the call of release of Nnamdi Kanu. And I stated the reason why. Just catch up with that video so that I don't digress, because that is not the topic of discussion today. And Abiola Olaiton says, can you please send me? No, you have to request via WhatsApp, because I don't have a moderator. So I'll be the one to send it to you. If you send me a message via WhatsApp, I will then send the link to you. Then you can use it to join it. So the number is +55139966666361 +5513 99 666 6361 +5513 99 666 6361. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us politic and be glad in it. So when Ladoja became the Olubadan title in Oyo State, you usually become Olubadan by succession, in the sense that it is not when the king dies that you will know the next Olubadan. No, it is like a ladder. You are moving in rank. It is like, okay, being, let's say, for you to become, only God knows who will become the IG. It's at the discretion of the president. But for you to become a DIG, that's Deputy Inspector General of Police, you need to have first become a superintendent of police, a chief superintendent of police, assistant commissioner of police, deputy commissioner of police, commissioner of police. Then you move to the inspector general cadre. So in Ibadan land, that is the way it is. You move. So immediately a king, is called to glory. The community already knows the next in line. Unlike other areas in Yoruba land, whereby when a king dies, they still need to consult the oracle. They still need to, sit the kingmakers and all that. But in Ibadan land, it has a straightforward, a unique succession. So if anybody dies, you already know the next in command. For instance, now the new king that generated this controversy as regards Peter Obi's remark to the king, that new king, Adewolu Ladoja, former governor of Oyo State, may his reign be long. If anything eventually happens, at a later, oh, sorry, my device is not on. So I may have been missing your messages, but the other device, I've tried to put on the network on it. Apologies if you have been sending a message on that particular WhatsApp. So I will see it now. And okay, oh please, some people are already saying send me the link. Let me send you the link, but I'm not a professor yet, though. You said I, Prof. Well, I'm not a professor yet. I just have a PhD in political science. That qualifies me to be called a doctor, right? But I'm not a professor yet. Maybe I'll become, I don't know. Maybe I won't, I don't know. So in Ibadan land, there's there's a pattern of secession. And there's one thing that is common in Ibadan land, which is that, unfortunately, anybody that becomes a king rarely stays long on that particular throne. And what is the reason? The reason is that before you become a king, in Ibadan, you would have grown old. It's just like before you become an inspector general of police, definitely you can't be less than a particular years old because you need to rise in succession. So there's no way a young person, maybe like me or you watching me, can become an Olubadan in Ibadan land because you need to have risen through the ranks. So before they get to that throne, before it gets to their turn, they are usually in their 70s or in their early 80s. Oh, somebody is requesting to join. Okay, let's hear from this person. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You need to do something about your camera so at least we can have a feel of you because my screen has
Okay.
been already divided. So if there's nothing showing on the other screen, it's you know it makes it look somehow. Okay. So, as I was saying, the thing is that if you look at it, before you become an Olubadan in Ibadan land, you would have become like an elderly person, a grandfather, because you need to wait for your turn. So, between the reign of Seyi Makinde as the governor of Oyo State, I think he has crowned three Olubadans in Ibadan. He has been able to crown three different Olubadans, and most of the Olubadans they don't usually stay long on the throne because before they get to that throne, they are already old. And in life, there's something in life which is that there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. In Nigeria, the time to die, according to the kind of life that we live, the life expectancy in Nigeria, the time to die, according to scientists, is about 53 to 54, 55 years old. That is the life expectancy in Nigeria. So if you have been living your life as a Nigerian, it is believed that once you reach 53, 54, definitely you should expect that you can die at any time. That is the life expectancy in Nigeria. But in other countries, some is as high as 70, some as high as 75. But the stress in Nigeria, the trouble, the traffic, the bad air you breathe, bad water that you breathe and that you use, different kind of things. All things being equal, it is 53 years. Yes, 53 years. So before you get to become the Olubadan, definitely you must have passed that year. So now Rashid Ladoja is the new Olubadan. Don't forget that Rashid Ladoja is a former governor in Oyo State. And being a former governor in Oyo State, he comes at pair with Mr. Peter Obi, who also happens to be a former governor of Anambra State. So when the new Olubadan Rashid Ladoja was appointed to that particular throne, Mr. Peter Obi decided to pay him a visit. When Obi paid Ladoja a visit, there was a controversy that they were trying to use to stoke ethnic tension at that point in time, which is somebody said, "Oh, I have seen the president." You will recall that very recently, that word "I have seen the president" became a subject of controversy. Some were saying that, "Oh, it was Mr. Peter Obi that it was the Olubadan Rashid Ladoja, who happens to be a friend to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that said, 'Oh, I have seen the president.'" But then, when the video was analyzed carefully, it was a man in white agbada who happens to be a fan of Mr. Peter Obi that said, "Oh, I have seen the president." So that is what happened. But at the end of the day, things did not go as planned for those that want to profit from the politics aspect of it. So looking at it very carefully, the matter went on and on and on and on. Olubadan was crowned Rashid Ladoja. And when Rashid Ladoja was crowned, there is a controversy as regards, oh, who is this, who is that, who is not this, who is not that. Well, the thing is, Reno Omokri made a comment on Mr. Peter Obi's post. Mr. Peter Obi greeted Rashid Ladoja, and in that particular greeting, he referred to Rashid Ladoja as "my dear brother." My dear brother, that was the word of Mr. Peter Obi. You would recall that Reno Omokri has been, well, should I say, the weapon fashioned against Mr. Peter Obi, and Reno Omokri picked on it to say, "Oh no, Obi, how can you call a monarch my dear brother?" And that became a subject of controversy that led us to where we are. So it was Reno Omokri, in his usual pattern of aggressively attacking Mr. Peter Obi, that bettered this controversy. And at the end of the day, now the controversy is there. Let's see what we can do as regards the analysis going forward. Now that they have tackled Mr. Peter Obi in that regard, now what I found a bit distasteful is people are not able to interpret between genuine advocacy and you trying to bring politics to shape the mind of people. People are unable to distinguish between a clear advocacy and you trying to shape the minds of people via politics. And that is where I find it a bit absurd. I wish that I have the magic wand that I can use to lay hands on every Nigerians for them to understand that, well, there is some political dimension to this thing. And that is where we will be dissecting these issues tonight. Now, looking at Reno Omokri, what does Reno Omokri wants to achieve? If you look at it well, Mr. Peter Obi has been the subject of attack. You see, in politics, there's something you need to know. Politicians are very wise people. Politicians are people with great knowledge. And for a politician, if you are not of value, if you are somebody that doesn't have any political value, or you are not seen as a threat, no politician will attack you. That is just it. If you are not seen as somebody that can upset the game, if you are not seen as somebody that can that can change the dynamics of the game, they won't attack you. But immediately they see that you that we are looking at, it's like you have great potentials. It's like you can change the pattern of the game. It's like you can turn things around. Definitely you will be a subject of attack. And naturally, don't expect that the enemy will not attack you. It is the job of the enemy to attack you, but it is your job to make sure that the weapon that they fashion against you does not prosper. And in this instant, how will Mr. Peter Obi navigate to make sure that the weapon that they are fashioned against him does not prosper? That is where we will be diving into. But if you look at it very well, Reno Omokri is a very good weapon in the sense that when somebody is fashioned against you and that person is giving you a lot of headache and that person is able to achieve his aim of gaining disaffection for you, even if the person does not gain affection for the person that he is siding, every disaffection for you leaves the goalpost open in the sense that if there is disaffection for you, if people do not like you, the probability that some of those people that do not like you or some of those people that do not want you, they will turn around to now like to not like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the probability is a little bit high in the sense that if people see you and they don't like you, if people see you and they don't fancy you, the probability that they will now either like Tinubu or Atiku is very high. So in this instance, Omokri has been doing a very good job just to make sure that people do not like Mr. Peter Obi, and sometimes he wins, sometimes people will resist him. But in this case, what he is trying to do is to open a door. Now, let me tell you about it. You see, in Nigeria, looking at the Nigerian history, politicians are good at something, which is that they are good at opening some certain doors that shouldn't be opening. That shouldn't be opened. For instance, if you look at it well, now they are using politics. They are now using anything that has to do with Yoruba and Igbo. It must be politicized. Anything that involves the Yorubas, anything that involves the Igbos, politics must come into it. Whether you like it or not, Obi must be attacked by fire by force. Whether you like it or not, the Igbos too must not like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What can we point to in this regard? It is to make sure that whether the Tinubu camp or the Obi camp achieve 2027, but then who will benefit from it? At the end of the day, nobody. Absolutely nobody apart from the Tinubu boys, or at the end of the day, maybe the Obi boys will benefit from it. So, a cautious government, I believe that a government that is cautious would have called Reno Omokri to order. What do I mean by that? You see, there are some doors in life, particularly in the political life of a country. There are some doors that you must not open. Let me give you some example. You see, when those doors, when they are opened, definitely it comes with serious consequences. What are some of those doors? But in Nigeria, politicians don't really care. One of those doors is Boko Haram, for instance. You will recall that in Borno State some time ago, there was, relative peace, but there is a political dimension to Boko Haram that some of you don't know, which is that for some people that believe that they must have power by fire by force, they would argue that you are not Islamic enough. You are not religious enough. No, no, you should be more Islamic than you are. Oh, I am more Islamic than you. And because the society there is, the orientation of the people there is basically Islam. So definitely, if you can prove that you are more Islamic, you tend to gain more attention. You tend to gain more affection. So people usually try to prove that they are more Islamic than the other person. And in the process of that, there was Boko Haram. Rather than for them to unite to tackle it, some people were talking this way, other people were talking that way, and other people were saying A, other people will be saying Z, other people will be saying W. Then Boko Haram gained a life of its own. And that Boko Haram is the menace that Nigeria is still living with today. So there were some people that opened that particular door, that sacred doors that shouldn't have been opened. People decide to open it, and now Nigerians are living with the consequence. Another door that shouldn't be open, that has been opened in Nigeria, and Nigerians are still living with the consequence, is that of religious quota in governance. You will recall that before now, people don't really care who is a Christian, who is a Muslim. They just want good governance. But then again, because some people were greedy and because some people want power by force, it's in two ways. Some people were greedy to be just holding on to power, or using their religious advantage. And some, they want the power by force and they need something, which is an instrument that they can use to grab that particular power. So it's in two ways in terms of the religious quota to governance. And that is why you would see that in 1993, during the reign of Moshood Kashimawo Abiola, people do not care who is a Christian, who is a Muslim. They vote for Abiola and King Gibe, who happens to be a Muslim ticket. But when Nigeria returned to democracy in 1999, it is these politicians, I'm trying to lay a background so that you understand, these same politicians that are parading themselves all over the place, they were still the one that stoke that ethnic tension that, oh, well, you are from you are a Christian, I am a Muslim. Oh, I cannot stand with you. Oh, you cannot stand with me. Oh, you have occupied power. Oh, you should be the one occupying power. They now open the door of religious quota. Now, Nigerians' eyes are open. When you present a candidate, the first thing is they want to look who is a Christian, who is a Muslim, despite the fact that at the end of the day, even if you put two pastors as the president and vice president, they may not benefit anything from that government. Look at the government of Kashim Shettima and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How many people can you say that have benefited directly from the government, despite the fact that if you are a Muslim fanatic, you say, oh, Muslim ticket is good. Right on, my people. Let's go on. Let's fight on. Oh, Muslim ticket is the best. At the end of the day, the Muslim tickets are there now. What have you benefited from that particular government? So that is a sacred door. Another door that has been opened is the north-south political divide, which is that, oh, somebody is from the north, another person must come from the south, which is now Nigerians are cautious. A vice president cannot come from the north, and the president will come from the north. A vice president cannot come from the south, and the president will come from the south. So Nigerians are cautious about this thing. Now they have opened a particular door again, which is the door of Yorubas and Igbos must never be friends. Yorubas and Igbos must never agree. Yorubas and Igbos must never like each other. Yorubas and Igbos must not support each other. Yorubas must see Igbos as their enemy. Igbos must see Yoruba as their enemy, just so that the Yoruba man, who happens to be Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can have his way again in 2027, just so that the Yoruba people, who form a major voting bloc in Nigeria, do not like the man, Peter Obi, just to make sure that any Yorubas that is thinking that, okay, maybe Obi has a great idea, maybe Obi is a great guy after all, maybe Obi can perform better, that Yoruba man will now think that, no, you see, I would rather vote for my tribe. Because why? They have stoic ethnic tension. They are doing it in such a way that at the end of the day, an Igbo man, will not look at Tinubu and say, no, this one, I don't want him to be my president. So the door that they have opened in 2023, the door that they opened is the door of Igbo versus Yoruba. You will recall that in Lagos State, the Igbos and Yorubas have always lived peacefully. They have always lived peacefully. They have always coexisted, not until election period. It is during the election period that they usually have problem. Why? The Yoruba political elite, they want the Igbos to vote this way. They want the Igbos to go their way, whereas the Igbos, they have their freedom of expression, political expression, and that to say, oh, this is the way we wish to go. This is who we wish to vote for. But then the Yoruba lords, particularly in Lagos State, they will want to dictate that, okay, this is where you should go. This is who we want. This is how we want it. So because you are our tenant, Eze Vincent is saying, "I great to have you," and Abu Tala is also saying, "I." So the Yoruba lords, we want to determine for the Igbos that, oh, this is where we want you to go to. This is the way that you must go. This is how you must vote. But then they usually met resistance, or they usually reach a compromise. You will recall during one particular election when Oba Akiolu was trying to force a candidate on the Igbo that, oh, it is how we want you to vote that you must vote, else you will perish in the lagoon. Well, as the king, you may have your desire, but the constitution doesn't allow you to force that your desire on the people. But at the end of the day, they were able to reach a dialogue. What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Peter Obi. Now, Peter Obi emerged. Peter Obi is the political bride of the Igbo people. They love Peter Obi so much that, oh, Obi, we believe in you, we believe in what you can do. Peter Obi emerged as candidate. Now, it was now difficult to now convince the Yoruba, to convince the Igbos that they shouldn't vote for Peter Obi, because many of them happens to like Peter Obi, and it reflected in the election. The election came and, things took a very, should I say, dangerous dimension for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he has been seen as the lord, the numero uno of Lagos politics, and unfortunately for him, he lost shockingly. But I can tell you that they won't allow that to happen in 2027, because they will either fight, rig, or do anything possible to make sure that they protect the image of the president. So when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he lost that particular election, it now opened the eyes of the political lot in Lagos State that, after all, they are not undefeatable, because, well, it is Obi, should I use in quotes, small Obi, that have come to show that, well, there's no special thing about Tinubu. He can be defeated, particularly in his stronghold. The election of Sanwo-Olu came. And when Sanwo-Olu's election came, you all know what happened. They unleashed violence. They, make sure that, Labour Party do not get to win that particular election. But at the end of the day, all things being equal, what is the major fear? The major fear now is 2027. But what I found a bit distasteful is that, okay, you want power, right? It's okay. You already have the power, whether by hook or crook. If you are sitting on the seat, there is a way that somebody that is already sitting on the seat will behave. Because why? Two things are involved, which is, one, you are already on the seat. Anything that happens, good or bad, you will be the one to bear the consequence. For instance, if there's ethnic tension in Nigeria, and the Igbos and Yorubas begin to fight themselves, you will be the one to account for whatever happens as the president of Nigeria. So you would not want ethnic tension, just so that ethnic tension do not give your government a bad name or do not ruin your government. So if you are seated on the seat already, there's a way you play your game, because you are already seated on that particular seat, and you know that you must deliver, you must protect your interest in that particular seat. But unfortunately, the way the government have been doing, some of them have been behaving as if they are, or even the one in the opposition. Why? The desperation is high, as if, they want this thing. How do I put this? If you have something, right, you are the owner. You already have it. There's a way you should behave. You should behave like an owner, right? That you are the one that is already the president of Nigeria. But if you are not, if you are the president of Nigeria and you are not behaving as if you are the opposition, that leaves much to be desired, because you are not thinking of the consequence of your action on the government that you are representing or that you are serving in. For instance, okay, Reno Omokri criticized Mr. Peter Obi. The major reason that he would have criticized Mr. Peter Obi is because he wants affection for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he wants to demarket Mr. Peter Obi. But in the course of doing that, whether based on no intelligence, whether based on I don't care attitude, whether because they know that, well, nothing may eventually happen because Nigerians are docile and disoriented, they fail to realize that if this ethnic tension, when there's no election around the corner, if this ethnic tension, if it boomerangs, if it blows out of proportion, you that you are the president, you will be the one to start, looking for how to tame the situation. For instance, look at what happened in Nepal. They convinced the leader of Nepal that, oh, they are, these people, we need to ban social media. Then they went ahead. You are already on the seat of power, right? You are on the seat of power already. Then they now convince you that, oh, let us ban social media. These people, they are idiots. These people, they are not good. All these citizens, they are just criticizing us. Social media is a risk. You went ahead, you banned Facebook, banned TikTok, banned YouTube. That was what led to the revolution. So if you have not banned the social media, the leader of Nepal will still be the leader today because there will be no revolution. That speaks to the dynamics of conflict management. But if you look at this government, maybe because they have stayed long in opposition, that to now change from this side to this side has been a little bit difficult for them. That's why you see that if somebody like Bayo Ononuga, if he wants to speak, he will speak as if he will be very, he will speak with strong tone. He will be very assertive as if he's attacking. You are already in the government. The approach that you need to bring on is the approach of persuasion and dialogue. You persuade people, you dialogue with them, you pacify them, then you state what the government is doing to address their situation. Right? That is the way it should have been done. You persuade the people, you dialogue with them, then you state what government have been doing. But if Bayo Ononuga is to talk, he's ready to bullshit or blast anybody's father, anybody's mother. If Daniel Bwala is to talk, he's not ready to be soft in his tone. He's ready to bullshit anybody. All these things comes with consequence, because at the end of the day, all these appointees, they will go, they will find their way. But the man that is seated on that particular seat of power is the man that would eventually bear the brunt at the end of the day. All things will eventually fall on him. And that's why I pity Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because sometimes you may think you are helping a political leader, but if you know the consequence of your action, you are even ruining that particular leader. Reno Omokri knows that Mr. Peter Obi apparently made that post in good faith by saying, my dear brother. And I will come to the analysis of when they were both governors, because they were both governors at the same time. And because they were both governors at the same time, Peter Obi can address him as brother, although he could have said maybe Your Highness or Your Imperial Majesty or whatever as well. But then addressing somebody that is, for instance, your classmate now, if your classmate, your classmate that you serve in primary school together, or you did NYC together, if that your classmate becomes a king, you can call that your classmate, oh, my dear brother. That doesn't mean that you are ridiculing that your classmate, although it would have been good if you say, oh, my dear brother is Royal Highness or His Royal Majesty or whatever. But then you not saying His Royal Highness or you not saying His Royal Majesty points to the cordial relationship between you and that person, points to the cordiality between you and that particular person. So if you now take something as little as that, as okay, oh, my dear brother, or no, my dear brother, oh, my dear sister, or no, my dear sister, Your Highness, or no, Your Highness, and you now decide to use that to stoke ethnic tension, the problem is that if it boomerangs, it is the same government that you want to demarcate the opposition for, despite the fact that it is not an election year, it is not an election period. The same government you want to demarcate the opposition for, it is the same government that you will now put in trouble. Because at the end of the day, if there is ethnic tension in the polity, it is the government that will be looking for money to buy bullets. It will be government that will be looking for political leaders, religious leaders, community leaders, traditional rulers to help them talk to the people in their domain that they should calm down. So all these unnecessary, drama, Tokwe Kolawole, I see you. Great to have you. So all this unnecessary drama, unnecessary tension, it is just absolute nonsense. You are to focus on what the government that you are supporting is doing. You are to sell the ideas of the government to the people. But because they know that Nigerians could be very gullible, Nigerians could be very disoriented. That's why somebody will come and say, oh, you say, my dear brother, you didn't say His Royal Majesty, and the Igbos will go this way. The Yorubas will go this way through, and they will start attacking themselves on a good day, on a normal day. Who cares? For me, what I want to see is, okay, in 2027, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you said there will be electricity. Alpha, is there electricity now? Okay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you said that price of goods and services will be affordable. Okay, Mr. President, are they affordable now? Yes, okay, you deserve my vote. Bam, take vote. Oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you said there will be electricity. There will be no electricity. Then I will sit down and review. What have you been doing? Have you been putting your effort? But your effort is yet to yield fruit, but it will yield fruit. I may decide to vote for you. Then I may review you and say, you have not been putting effort, or you have just been dwelling on propaganda. I'm not voting for you. That should be what should concern Nigerians at the end of the day, not to be fighting yourself. Hausas are fighting Yoruba, Yorubas are fighting Igbo, just because of what? Because they say, oh, my dear brother, or His Royal Highness, or His Royal Majesty. At the end of the day, Peter Obi has what we eat. The Olubadan, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, the Arusa, the Force has what to eat. Reno Omokri is profiting from it. He gains traffic and everything. He has access to the presidential villa. But you don't have what to eat. Then you are now using the little data that you have. Maybe you should use it to live stream prayer and be praying for your life. You are now using it to attack another person, to fight another person. That is just absolute nonsense. Innocent Okoye, great to have you. I see you. So for me, all these doors that they are opening, it will really boomerang at the end of the day. And I just hope that I just beg God that we won't have a situation whereby all this you see, when there is tension in a polity, when people are already aggrieved, sometimes something big, something very big, may not bring crisis. It may be something small, something very minute, something that like something you call insignificant, in the sense that you may do answers and you get away with it, right? You may do this Lekki toll gate killing, you get away with it. It may just be this kind of post. Oh, you can't, you are disrespecting His Royal Majesty because you say, my dear brother. Oh, he's not disrespecting His Royal Majesty. Before you know it, bam, everywhere in flames. And that is why I said, if you are already on the leadership seat, behave like a leader. If your supporter, if the person you are supporting is already on that seat, behave like the winning team. Don't behave like you are in the opposition. Don't be too desperate. You trying to create all this disaffection is just nonsense, because at the end of the day, it doesn't help anybody. Good afternoon, my dear brother Kenneth Owunoma and Tony Obaji. I see you. Great to have you. So for me, I believe that all this thing is just absolute it's just absolute distraction, just so that the man will win. But you see, Nigerian politicians, there's something that that makes me feel concerned. There's something that saddens my heart, which is that Nigerian politicians seem not to care. Where even if Yorubas hate the Igbos, if they now hate them forever and ever, so far as Bola Ahmed Tinubu return as the president of Nigeria, everything is okay. If the board likes, it should perish after then, it doesn't matter. When Boko Haram evolved, so far as the people that were supporting them then, so far as they were able to gain power in the state, no other thing matters again. Any consequence, it doesn't matter. When Buhari was to gain power as the president of Nigeria, you will recall this bandit importation of bandit allegedly from the West African countries and all that, as asserted by this man, former governor of Niger State, Babangida Aliu, as asserted by Kau Baraje, one of the political associates of Abubakar Bukola Saraki, former Senate president. When they won that power, and they did this for what they call kola nut culture, as asserted by the former governor of Niger State, which is that there's a way you will do kola nut, there's a way you will wrap something around it. The Yorubas call it aroko, which is you are passing a message across. There's a way you will do it that you send it to your brother in other West African country, telling them that you are in trouble, they should come to your aid. That allegedly led to the importation of bandits. And at the end of the day, we are where we are. So because of political class, because they want power, they don't care, they don't bloody care who will be affected. So far as they are able to get that power, even if Nigerians are suffering from banditry from now till next year, it's none of their problem. They have grabbed the power, they have used their 8 years. The man that was on that particular seat now is dead and buried and gone. Now, Nigerians are living with the consequence. And you know, the people that are bearing the consequence most, people that cannot move close to the man by 100 meters when he was alive. They have not. The Hausa Fulanis that don't have anything. They are the ones bearing the consequence now. And that is why you don't support people just because, oh, you are from their ethnic group, or just because, oh, you just feel affection to them. So I think that Reno Omokri, I think that that particular post is quite unnecessary because it just creates unnecessary disaffection, and it just eats up the polity in such a way that the Yorubas and the Igbos are now facing each other, abusing each other on social media, trying to justify what is not. A government that is cautious would have cautioned Reno Omokri that, okay, you know, we know you are supporting the president. We know that you want the president to return. It's okay, but please, let us take this thing softly, because at the end of the day, if it boomerangs, it is the same government that you are supporting that will be in trouble. It is the same government that you are trying to support that will now be in the trouble, running helter skelter to make sure that they resolve the issue at hand. So I think that the cautious government would have called Reno Omokri to order. Now, that is as regards the political class. Now, to the people, most people don't know that they are just being used as a mere instrument. What is an instrument? When this fuel subsidy issue, when it happened during the era of the former president Goodluck Jonathan, majority of Nigerians did not know that the Tinubu camp, the APC, the caucus that became the APC, they were just using them to cause disaffection against the government, just so that it can be easy for them to get, to gain power. They don't know that they are being used as instrument. They were just say, oh, first subsidy is a scam. Government must not increase first subsidy. They would make it run into your head. You will rush to the street and say, oh, Goodluck Jonathan must go. Whereas that first subsidy, to remove it, they know that it is the right thing to do. They know that, oh, Nigeria had to remove first subsidy at that point in time. But then they will say, oh, no, it is a lie. It is a scam. Let's go to the street. You too, you will follow them. Oh, yes, Goodluck Jonathan must go. He must die. He must this. He must that. At the end of the day, if you are not politically vibrant, you will know that they are just using you as a cheap instrument to achieve their aim. Look at it now. Everybody that protested at that point in time, they are buying fuel now at an exorbitant price. Their life, most of them are living in penury. But the man that was allegedly behind it is now there. He's enjoying free food, free medical care, free ride, free aircraft, free everything, anything free for him and his family. So people should avoid being used as instrument, because all these people, it is just they are just using you as an instrument to achieve their aim. If you are not careful, if you can't see beyond your nose, they will use you as an instrument again, just so that Bola Ahmed Tinubu can return to office or perpetuate himself in power. And at the end of the day, you would have realized that, oh, these people are just using you, because what they said is wrong is what they will now eventually do. What they said, oh, first subsidy is wrong, first subsidy is not good, they came back at the end of the day, they eventually did it. When Goodluck Jonathan was in power, they said, oh, state police is the best thing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was one of the people that were advocating for state police. Oh, there should be state police to increase the security of Nigeria. Nigeria is an heterogeneous society. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to 3 years in governance, over 2 years. The state police have not even manifest. So you can see that what the man was saying at that point in time is what can make people gain affection towards him or his party and cause disaffection towards the government. So what I can say to people is that before you do anything, reason with your head, make sure that, oh, you are taking this decision based on your own personal conviction, not that somebody is pushing you. If you think that, oh, Obi is not a good guy, so be it. If you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a good guy, so be it. But for anybody to now use ethnicity to now push you against Tinubu or to push you against Obi, then you are being foolish, because at the end of the day, the consequence will be for you and your family. Politicians have used us enough in this country. Politicians have used us enough in this country, and at the end of the day, who benefits from it? It is them. If you look at it, they are going from strength to strength, from riches to riches. Look at Wike in 1999. Look at him today. Look at Rotimi Amechi in 1999. Look at him today. Look at Atiku. Look at him today. Look at Obasanjo. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Look at all these political guys in 1999. Look at them today. Access to power, access to state resources has transformed their life. Not only their life, the life of their children, the life of their grandchildren, the life of their great-grandchildren, but the people that they are ruling over, whether APC, whether PDP, their life have retrogressed. The only people that have been progressing in Nigeria over the years is the politicians. If you look at it well, most Nigerians, their life has always retrogressed. They can eat 3 square meals before Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president. Before you know it, all of a sudden, they can't eat 3 square meals again. Some people have a car before, they don't have a car again. But then, wouldn't it be silly if you are now saying, oh, you want to be fighting, not because of any logical reasoning, but just because you want somebody to retain power, and it is just gullibility for anybody to try to stoke ethnic tension. I believe strongly that Reno Omokri made that post just to cause disaffection against Mr. Peter Obi. But if he wants to cause disaffection, that is his cup of tea. But then the Nigerian people, why are you allowing them to use you to cause disaffection? Why do you always continue to allow them to use you? They know you are usable. That's why they will come back and keep using you. So for me, I believe that any reasonable government that really cares about the people would have called Reno Omokri to order and say, Reno, thank you. We know you are supporting the president, but this route, it may boomerang. This route that you are treading, it may cause serious crisis for the people. The president is already there. You see, when you are an incumbent in Nigeria, Nigeria's system is so flawed that if you are the man at the seat of power, when an election is coming, you are already 50% ahead. What do I mean by that? For instance, in 2027, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already about 40-50% ahead. Why? Because the way Nigeria is structured, very soon now, it would appoint an INEC chairman. It will appoint the person that he feels is competence. And don't forget that competence to the man is in power means who will work to allow his re-emergence. That is what competence means. If you are the man in power, if they tell you that define the competence of INEC chairman, what will be competence to you in your mind is the person that will help you to emerge to gain your re-election. So Tinubu will be the one to nominate INEC chairman. It's already ahead. Anybody given that opportunity, we owe Bola Ahmed Tinubu debt of gratitude. Then the Inspector General of Police is appointed by the president. He owes his loyalty to the president. That gives Tinubu another step ahead. The Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Defense Staff, Brigade Commander, all these things, their loyalty is to the president. That gives him another step ahead. So that's why I said it is madness. It is just what it is, absolute madness. If you are already in the seat of power, you are already seated there, and you have all these steps ahead, that if, for instance, now, if an election is coming and that will remove all the things INEC will do allegedly to favor the APC, if you had the conduct of the police, the action or inaction of the police, you had it to it, you will see that Bola Ahmed Tinubu already, is already favored. It will take something like an electoral revolution, whereby people will troop out in mass, vote and stand by their vote before they are able to remove the man from power. So the way Nigeria is structured, whereby there's no balance between the incumbent and the opposition when there is an election, whereby the incumbent is already favored, why do you still need to stoke ethnic tension? Why do you still need to stoke ethnic tension? Why do you have to say, Peter Obi, you are disrespecting this man because you said, my dear brother? Now, Peter Obi, could have said, oh, His Royal Highness, His Royal Majesty. But let us look at that, my dear brother. Let's look at that word. Now, I have something here that Mr. Peter Obi was governor. Um, his first term was in March 17, 2006. Right? Take note of that. March 17, 2006. And Rashid Ladoja became governor from May 29, 2003 to May 29, 2007. May 29, 2003 to May 29, 2007 under the PDP. He was impeached in January 2006, but the Court of Appeal reinstated him in December 2006, and he completed his tenure in May 2007. Now, looking at that, now, if you look at it, 2006, when Obi became governor, Ladoja was still a governor because Ladoja's tenure ended in 2007. So what am I trying to say? Obi and Ladoja were colleague governors. Obi and Ladoja, they were colleague governors. They sat at what they usually call it, is it Federal Executive Council meeting or National Economic Council, something like that. They sat on it together. Obi was representing Anambra State at that point in time, and Ladoja was representing Oyo State at that particular point in time. So if you look at it well, they were both governors at the same time. But Ladoja is older than Mr. Peter Obi, right? Tony Obaje says, but GEG, that's Goodluck Jonathan, had same advantage but still lost. Because why? Yes, he lost because they made that particular election something like a mini revolution against Goodluck Jonathan. I've given some examples maybe before you joined. That, for instance, the first subsidy protest, they said, "Oh, good, Jonathan must go. Jonathan is a bad guy. Jonathan should not, should not rule. First subsidy is a scam," not knowing that they were the one that were lying at that point in time, that they will still come back to remove that first subsidy. So they created disaffection in the mind of Nigerians against the government, and that led to like a mini voting revolution. You will recall that they even came up with a slogan, February, which is that February for Buhari. Then when Jonathan postponed the election, they also said March for Buhari. So they first of all create disaffection against the government. Then they now back it up with intensive campaign. And that is why I said these people, that spirit is yet to depart from them, because now they are creating disaffection again as if they are still in the opposition. When you are the ruling party, you are already some step ahead. You don't need to create disaffection, but they are creating disaffection as if they are still in the opposition. The tactic that they use when they were in the opposition is the same strategy that they are using. There's no election anywhere, but you are still using trivial issues, irrelevant thing to try and demarket Obi, try and criticize Atiku, you are already on that seat. By you sitting on that seat, you are already ahead. So why create unnecessary disaffection? That spirit of opposition, let it leave you. The poor man spirit, the poor soul spirit, when you never get money, it's okay. But if that poor soul spirit, if it follow you to when you don't get money, then you may end up disgracing yourself, because when you supposed to spend money, you go to do as if you no get. But people know say that money is in your hand. But you no go want spend the money, because why? That poor man mentality, where you say all your life you don't dey poor, it still they affect you. You don't want spend the money. But people don't say you don't win that lottery. You don't win that lottery. You don't win that $5 million lottery. But you, because say that speed. So you must know how to switch. Once you hit that $5 million in lottery, you too, you must know how to at least behave like a rich man, small. You know, understand? Begin to package yourself, at least buy good car, know how to. But for the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, most times they behave as if they are still in the opposition. Now, Ladoja was governor in 2006. He finished his tenure in 2007. Peter Obi became president. Became governor in 2006. So they were colleague governors. So by the virtue of that, he can refer to him as his brother. For instance, when you are in primary school or secondary school, some of the people that are older than you, you call them by their name. By the virtue of the fact that you guys share the same class, you were in the same class at that point in time. When I was in the university, I have people that I was older than in my class. They call me by name. I have people that are older than me. I call them by name just because why? We're the same set as in sitting down in the class together at that point in time. So in this instance, Mr. Peter Obi and Ladoja, they were colleague governors. So if Mr. Peter Obi now refers to him as my dear brother, don't forget that that word brother is a word that we generally use in Nigeria. It's a loosely used word. For instance, if you see somebody, you say, oh, my dear brother. If you say another person, oh, my brother, that word is used for somebody that you are pleased with, somebody that you have good relationship with, somebody that you have regards for. You will regard that person as your brother. Regarding somebody as your brother shows that you have affection towards that person. If I see you now and I say, oh, Tony Ubaji or Kenneth, you will know, man. If I say, oh, Kenneth, my dear brother, it shows that I like Kenneth. Right? It shows that, oh, I see Kenneth as somebody that I can roll with. So maybe Peter Obi was coming from that particular angle by saying, oh, my dear brother. Another thing that I see in this regard is that all these big guys, whether it's Goodluck Jonathan, Peter Obi, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, most of them, they have handlers. They don't operate this social media by themselves. Bola Ahmed Tinubu now, at his age, with all the problem of Nigeria, you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one operating his Facebook? Never. He's never the one operating it. He has people. He has an office that is dedicated to it. And those Facebook, those Twitter, everything that you are seeing, it is being done by handlers. Even Tinubu is too much. Sanwo-Olu is not the one handling his Facebook or Twitter. He has handlers, people that are handling it. Now, this is where Reno Omokri, acted below intelligence in the sense that that particular post of felicitating with the new Olubadan of Ibadan land, that post may have been written and shared by the handler of Mr. Peter Obi's social media handle, who may be a young person that is not exposed to the culture and tradition of the Yoruba people. Are you with me? Now, that particular post that, oh, Mr. Peter Obi is greeting the new Olubadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, that post may have been drafted, may have been shared by a social media handler of Mr. Peter Obi. And I can tell you that that particular handler for Mr. Peter Obi may be somebody that is not too exposed, maybe somebody that is not too inclined with the Yoruba culture. So the person will just write something that he feels, oh, this thing is good, this thing is okay, this thing should fly. And Mr. Peter Obi may not even know, and that person will post it. But then Obi will bear the consequence because he's the one that hired that person to speak on his behalf. He's the one that hired that person to be posting on his behalf. So Obi will be the one to face the consequence of anything that particular person posted. But Reno Omokri, who has been a former aide to Goodluck Jonathan, knows truly well in his heart of heart that it is most likely not Obi that sat down to draft that thing. It is one of his social media handlers, and they post it. So if you have been a presidential aide before, then you are now using that to attack the personality of the man, and you know that doing so may bring about ethnic tension. Definitely, you too, you are not a true friend of the Nigerian society because you have experience in that regard to know that it is not Mr. Peter Obi that would have written this thing. But on the other hand, there is a lesson for Mr. Peter Obi as well, which is that I always hire competent people. If you want somebody to handle your social media page and you don't want to leave any room for the enemy to attack you, right? You don't want to leave a room for the enemy to attack you. Hire competent people. Hire people that are vast. Even if, for instance, Mr. Peter Obi has the money to hire a professor of communication studies. Mr. Peter Obi, if he wants to hire a professor of communication studies that, okay, come and be my social media handler. Don't worry, Prof. Just help me, just be monitoring my communication team. He has the money. If Mr. Peter Obi wants to hire anybody, he has the money to hire the person. So the lesson therein is that the enemy will always look for a way to attack you. It is your duty to make sure that you are well guided and the enemy does not have any room or any avenue to attack you. So in this case, just as it is, I think, stupid for Reno Omokri to have cashed in on that particular post to try to stoke ethnic tension between the Yorubas and the Igbos, in the same vein, Mr. Peter Obi himself should please look for good handlers that can handle his social media page, people that are skilled in the act, people that knows what they are doing, people that, for instance, the way the handler of Mr. Peter Obi's handle would undo it is not the way somebody like Ruben Abati, for instance, the Arise News presenter, Dr. Ruben Abati, is not the same way he would undo it because he has been a presidential aide before, he's matured, he's an elderly person, he knows what a missing comma or a missing full stop, how it can be used to misinterpret a sentence. Some of you don't know that just comma alone. If comma is not where it's supposed to be, they can use it to misinterpret a sentence and create a problem out of it. So Mr. Peter Obi should please try and hire competent people that they know the act of this particular thing and they know what to do in such a way that they will not give room for the enemy to be able to attack the post cheaply. Now, I'm speaking as a guy politician, I'm speaking about the Nigerian people. Another thing is that if Mr. Peter Obi hire competent people to manage his social media handle, he should also try to hire good critic. That is one thing that I think is lacking as regards Mr. Peter Obi. This man, Daniel Buada, is on the side of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He knows how to run his mouth. He's a good orator. He knows how to kind of use his tongue to muzzle his way or muzzle his ideas on you. And now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has Reno Omokri. Reno Omokri is a good attack dog. He knows how to attack. He knows how to kind of press your neck and all that. Now, another person that is good in that regard is Segun Showunmi. Segun Showunmi of the PDP is now tilting towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu as well. He's tilting. Another person that is good in that regard, I can say is Dino Melaye. Dino Melaye is also good in that regard. So what I can say is that in Nigeria, there's a lot of people that is good. So Mr. Peter Obi too should take his time and find somebody, maybe 1, 2, or 3 people that can match Reno fire for fire. Reno has enjoyed a free day. Reno has enjoyed a free time. He has been attacking Mr. Peter Obi and been left virtually unchallenged. When any little thing he just attack Mr. Peter Obi, you will think you are crazy. You will think you have madness in you, not until you meet your match. For somebody like Reno Omokri, you will think he's very versatile, you will think he's very good, he's a good attack dog, not until he meets his match. And that won't frustrate him for like 1 week. Then he will sit there that, this one passed my power. For instance, look at Yeson Wike. Yeson Wike always, runs his mouth. He believes he's a good attack dog. He will attack this one, attack that one. He will talk down on Obi, talk down on Atiku, talk down on Peter Obi, talk down on Goodluck Jonathan. He has been doing it. He has been enjoying it. Not until a Showore emerged. And when he did it to Showore, within 48 hours, Showore pressed his neck. Now, Wike is in serious trouble. Wike don't sit tight. They pressed something that when he was in what did they call it? Akwa Ibom State, after the issue of him and Showore evolved, Yeson Wike behaved himself. If you watch that video, his oration wasn't like the way he used to do before. So that is one thing that I think Mr. Peter Obi should find good social media handlers, people that are matured, people that know the game, people that know the art and science of communication, particularly as regards for political leaders in Nigeria. Peter Obi has the money to hire them. Then another thing, as I've said, is that Mr. Peter Obi should also find attack dogs. See, the people you are fighting with, if I can use that word with profound apologies to them, they are like mad people. You can't be fighting a madman and you are wearing suit. No, to fight a madman, you too, you must behave like a mad person so that the mad person will be seeing it in you that, let me be careful. Be like, this one won't kill me. You two will be looking like the mad person that, I will fight you to finish today. But you want to fight a mad person, you are wearing a white agbada, you are speaking Queen's English. The mad person is holding cutlass, he's holding machete, he's holding bottle. You now decide that you want to wear white agbada and be speaking English. No, If you want to fight a mad person, you too, you have to be totally mad or to be semi-mad. But Mr. Peter Obi has been behaving like a nice guy. And the worst part of it all is that this is Nigerian politics. The people you are fighting, they are not normal people. They are abnormal people. They are people that are ready to do anything. They are ready to, there are people that are ready to fight to finish. There are people that are ready to fight dirty just to make sure they achieve their aim. So Mr. Peter Obi too, if he doesn't know how to fight, recruit people that can fight for you. Recruit people that can match them fire for fire, at least verbally, at least in terms of communication. Reno Omokri has been having a few days. Mr. Peter Obi, find people, shop for people. There's 2 million population in Nigeria. There are some people that if they give you one shot like this, it will be as if you want to die. There are some people that if they attack you once like this, you find you want to run mental. You want to run mental. See, then Omokri we believe is a star. Not until he meets his match. Not until Obi is, not until Obi is able to provide somebody that person is able to match Reno Omokri word for word, that person is able to frustrate the life of Reno Omokri, just as Nyesom Wike is being frustrated by Sowore. Nyesom Wike has always had a free day. He believes he can talk to anybody, and he has been doing it for years. Ever since he lost the PDP primary, he has been attacking. In fact, there's nobody Nyesom Wike has not fought. There's nobody he has not abused. So he's used to it that if I talk to you, if I abuse you, nothing will happen. He has been enjoying it. Not until one thing led to another, he abused Sowore. Then he met his match in Sowore, because Sowore too will talk to you like a mad person. If you are mad, Sowore will talk to you as if you know he himself. He has never had sense in his life. Because if somebody can call the president, a sitting president, a criminal, who are you? You that you are just his minister. You don't know that person with you, is even ready to finish your whole family self. If somebody can call a sitting president, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a criminal, and you want to go and fight that person, you don't know, say that person will dig deep into you. So, Sowore was the missing ice water for Nyesom Wike. When they brought Omoyele Sowore out, he quenched the fire of Nyesom Wike. Mr. Peter Obi too should please look for a fire or an ice that can quench the fire of Reno Omokri. The guy has been having a free day. He has been talking any little thing. In fact, if a day goes and he didn't make a post about Mr. Peter Obi, Reno Omokri will not feel comfortable. So the strategy is not to keep quiet, because whether you like it or not, the guy who is gaining people to his side, and what he wants is not for you to like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What he wants is for you to hate Peter Obi, who happens to be one of the strongest opponents against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. He doesn't want you to like Tinubu, right? But he knows that if you hate Obi and you didn't vote for him, he has helped Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For instance, if there's 1 million voters that are undecided, out of that 1 million voter, if he's able to convince 300 to hate Mr. Peter Obi, he accepts Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He doesn't need to now go and convince such people to like Tinubu. No, because naturally, some of those people will come and like Bola Ahmed Tinubu naturally if they rule out Obi as an option. So Obi should be strategic and know that he's contesting a presidential election, not a local government. Even local government elections, they fight like mad person. They fight like they want to die there. So if you are now fighting a presidential election, if the spokesperson of your opponent, if they are mad people, it's not necessary that you are mad, but you to go and find mad people. Let madness match madness. That is the strategy for the game. That's the little advice I can give to Obi. So Obi needs to change that his team, his social media handler. Sometimes, let me give you an example. If you read, maybe because I'm a social scientist or a political scientist, if you read some of the things that Reno Omokri will use to attack Obi, sometimes as I'm reading it like this, automatically I'll be seeing the errors that, oh, no, okay, this. But then I'll now imagine that, okay, maybe Obi's people, they will respond. There will be no response. Obi, presidential material, you don't have people that are seeing this thing. No, that's you are, if you are a good material and you don't get good team, you go lose. Let me tell you. If you are a good material, but you don't get good team, you go lose. Because Nigerians, they don't really fancy, good things like that. For instance, if you are in Nigeria, if you are talking something stupid, if you are just, behaving like a mad person, people will like you, people will watch you. But if you bring up something and you are speaking sense, people don't have your time, right? So in Nigeria, too, in the political sphere, if you are the type that you are saying consumption to production, Nigerians are not interested in that. They are interested in who will share rice, who will share Maggi, who is ready to buy their vote for 10,000 naira. Who is ready to bring up propaganda and they will follow it. In that particular political society, you need to have people that can speak for you. You need to have people that can also create madness on your behalf. But in this case, Mr. Peter Obi's team seems to be full of gentle people. Maybe it is their name that it is manifesting in them obedient. Maybe his team is full of obedient people, good people, religious people and all that. But what I can say, as I wrap up to catch up with other things, because I have plans that this video will be very short as possible. What I can say for Mr. Peter Obi is, you see, if they are attacking you, now you then they attack every time. It means say, now you get that high chance to beat them. Make I tell you, if they attack you, Pascal Osoro said the issue is that we don't love ourselves. Yeah, they don't even want us to love ourselves now. You don't understand? And these people, they are winning. They would like a situation whereby Deji is an enemy to Pascal, just so that somebody can emerge as president. And at the end of the day, our lives are left our life is left miserable. That's the thing. And it is painful that people that are supposed to unite and demand for good governance, they are the ones that are now fighting themselves, while politicians continue to misbehave and loot the treasury. That is the most painful aspect of it. So Nigeria is filled with largely disoriented citizens. Another thing is that, as I was saying earlier, Mr. Peter Obi's eyes should be on the ball. There's something we call eyes on the ball, in the sense that if they are attacking you, that shows that you are the one that is likely to beat them. That's the answer. It's a very straightforward thing. For instance, they are not attacking Mr. Peter Obi. For instance, they are not attacking. Give me a presidential candidate. Let me use this Kingsley Moalu. For instance, it's an Igbo guy as well. They are not attacking Kingsley Moalu the way they are attacking Mr. P. In fact, they've never attacked Kingsley Moalu because they know what is not a material. He doesn't have followers. He cannot win the election, so they won't attack him. They will just leave him. Okay, just do your thing. We know that you are going nowhere, right? They have not been attacking Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso of the NNPP the way they are attacking Obi, because they know that Rabiu Kwakwanso, okay, former governor of Kano State, is okay, but you are not going anywhere. They go anywhere. So they will come on high. They go come on from your body, because they know, say, they go anywhere. So if you are the type that you don't have the potential to beat them, that's a simple arithmetic they have just given Obi now. If they are the type that they know that you can never beat them, you don't have the potential to, even if you do the wrong thing, they don't even see you, not to talk of attacking you. But if you have the potential to beat them, even if you do the right thing, they will pick out a wrong from it. That is one thing that Mr. Peter Obi needs to know. But then, if I am Mr. Peter Obi, I will know that the way these people, they attack me every time, it means say, na me if you beat them. Because it means say I dey marketable. If I know they marketable, if they don't see potential in me, say I fit pour sand into their garri, they no go they attack me like this. They no go they tackle me like this. If I sneeze, they don't tackle me. If I cough, they don't tackle me. If I sleep, they don't tackle me. I wake up, they tackle me. I lay to sleep, they tackle me. Anything what I do, they won't tackle me. It's because now me be their headache. So that itself proves to Mr. Peter Obi himself that he is a prospective president if everything goes well. And that's why I said the work of the enemy is to make sure that they create an affliction for you. But now you no go agree, and now you no go agree. You go dey pass them in terms of strategy. As they plan, you too they get your own plan. As they get mad people, you too get mad people. As they get good people, you too get good people. So as they say, aura for aura, energy for energy. That's the best way. But if they are, using all the mago wuru wuru, but you are now saying in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Oh no, my brother, you will be a good material, may you don't win the election. So that's one thing that I can say to Mr. Peter Obi. I just hope that Nigerians will, for the sake of God, see beyond politics and try to make sure that they love themselves and they demand good governance and focus on that rather than on election, rather rather than on stoking ethnic tension. I just hope that Nigerians will learn from the history of Nigeria and unite among themselves just to make sure that they don't let politicians to divide them. Because at the end of the day, when they are divided, it is always often for the gain of the politicians. And I just hope that the Igbos will see beyond, ethnic tension. The Yorubas will see beyond ethnic tension. I hope Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I hope and pray that they will be able to call Reno Omokri to order that Nigeria is a fragile something. If you want to criticize, will be fine, but make sure you don't do it in such a way that you bring in ethnicity and stoke ethnic tension, because at the end of the day, it may boomerang and create problem for the government that you are trying to make sure that it reemerge in 2027, or you are trying to make sure that that government remain in power. So it is two ways, and Obi should look into his team, change his team, and be more strategic. He needs to change his formation. Some of you that play football, maybe Obi is playing 5-2-1 now. Maybe he needs to play 4-4-3 and change his formation. But I just pray that the best happens to Nigeria in 2027. I pray that Nigerians will have a good leader that will love them, whoever it is, whether it is Obi, whether it is Tinubu, anybody that can take Nigeria from where it is to where it ought to be. That is the person that God should give to Nigeria. If God looks into the mind of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and he sees that, oh, this guy is just being misinterpreted and he has a good heart and he really wants to, do things for Nigerians. He doesn't want hardship, he doesn't want to embezzle money. He doesn't want people to suffer. May God answer his prayer. But if God looked in his heart of heart and said, this one, this one, not thief, this one is just about power and power, then may the best happen to Nigeria. If God looks into the heart of Obi, if in fact, if both of them, if they have good heart, God should look into their heart and see the one that has, the larger percentage of good. If Tinubu's good is 50%, God should look into Obi's heart, look into Atiku's heart. Maybe he can find somebody that has 52%. That 2% may be what you need. That 2% may be a sector, maybe in terms of free health or something. So God should look into their heart, search their heart, look for the person that genuinely have the interest of Nigeria at heart, whether it is Igbo, whether it is Yoruba, whether it is Ijo, whether it is Fulani, I don't care. But the person that have the interest of Nigeria at heart and that will give Nigeria its rightful place among the Committee of Nations, that is the person that government should give us, and that God should give us, and Nigeria should take its rightful place among the Committee of Nations. That's what I can say. Pastor Okoro, thank you for joining me. Says the best way is to create regional government so that we can manage ourselves properly. My brother, even if you create regional government now, it cannot be as effective as it was in the past. The reason is because if you create a regional government now, the kind of politicians that we have right now, they have learned from some of these bad political leaders. Look at River State now. You only think it's a yes on Wike. Yes on Wike bettered Fubara politically. Yes on Wike bettered the local government chairman in River State politically. They have learned from him in terms of political strategy, in terms of, in quote, allegedly corruption. So these are the people that are local government chairmen now. They are the one that will become governor tomorrow. So even if you go back to regional government, it is still some of these people that will still hold political office, and they have learnt the wrong thing. They have learnt the negative thing. So I just pray that Nigeria will have a leader that at the end of the day, that leader cannot begin to rewrite everything. If that leader is not stealing, then some people will think that, oh, stealing is not right. If that leader is not stealing and punishing those that steal, that will discourage some people from stealing. But right now, the system is already flawed. Even if you go back to regional government, it is these same politicians that will be in charge, and when they are in charge, they will still continue to steal. That is the truth. They will still continue to steal. So, as they say, may God help us and may we help ourselves as well by demanding accountability and by looking into the leadership recruitment process and not selling our vote. If you continue to sell your vote, forget at the end of the day, political investors will set in and definitely it will lead to underdevelopment. Thanks to all of you for joining me in this very short live session. I just thought I should weigh in as regards the ethnic tension because when I read the thing, I was just saying Yorubas, they are abusing the grandfather of some Igbo people. Some Igbo people are abusing the ancestor of some Yoruba people. Some are saying no, it is wrong. Some are saying it is not right. Some are saying it's disrespectful. Everywhere is just messed up. In fact, if Facebook is to run on their filter or TikTok or something and be banning accounts based on the bad words that they use, I'm sure that 80% of accounts from Nigeria would have been banned. That they should give people 10 live slots. If you use a bad word, on social media, then it will be reduced to 9 slots, then 8, 7. I'm sure that most Nigerians would have exhausted that their 10 live slot and their account would have been banned for life. Because the word that they use, just because you are defending Obi, you are defending Tinubu, I hope Nigerians can see beyond their immediate nose and see politicians for who they truly are and be able to read their action and intentions based on what it is. 2027 is going to be a very tough year. If what is happening now is anything to go by, it points to what will happen in 2027. It points to what we should expect because this is 2025 and already politicians are already fighting among themselves and already things, the polity is already heated up. If this can be happening in 2025, that they can't hold meeting in Kaduna, talks will come in. ADC is holding meeting. They will beat them blue black. In Lagos, they will storm their meeting, break anybody's head, beat anybody. They will go to is it Ondo, or another state. They will beat them. It's not yet election period though. Now imagine what will now happen when it is election period. So this points to what will happen in 2027. But I just hope that politicians can see beyond violence and sell their ideas as they are supposed to in a democracy. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your sure plug, Dr. Omoshola. Did you subscribe? Turn on your notification button. Catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.